Fire, 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 fire.
I'm gonna say something controversial. I think if you're under 18 and you live under your parents' house and you can't buy your own groceries and you get fed whatever your parents feed you, it's not your fault that you're fat most of the time. Because if you have a terrible diet, there's no amount of exercise that you can do to counteract that. Genuinely, I think if they're feeding you original potato chips and Ben and Jerry's 3 times a day, no amount of working out and running around and playing outside is gonna fix that. It's abuse? Yeah, I think so.
What do you do when the people that you love want to see you
I thought we do hand cam react. No, I don't want to do that.
fail?
I have to change in order to fulfill my dreams
Poor
and become
girl,
who I want
man.
to become in the future.
Just not something that I think needs to be done.
Dude, this is evil.
What do you do when you're trying to change your life, but your family, your friends, they don't support you?
I don't know what to do. I'm lost. She wishes that
What do you do, man?
I wasn't even here in the first place.
And even worse, they sabotage you.
Tara's got an uphill battle because at home, she's not getting that support. I don't want to lose this kid.
Well, that
It's
is
sad that you have that mentality when you're growing up that you want to lose weight and you realize there's something wrong, and then your own family sabotages you. That's so sad.
exactly the situation that Tara Wilson dealt with in the 2013 MTV classic, I Used to Be Fat.
She wants to lose 100 pounds, avoid turning into her mom, and succeed with or without the help of her family.
I made a video on this show like 2 years ago, and I figured it was time for another one, which is where I found Tara's story. In this episode, we meet Tara, a sweet high school senior who wants to lose weight to get back into dance and make the most of her college experience. But if she's going to succeed, she'll need to figure out a way to deal with her unsupportive mom, who may even be sabotaging her progress on purpose.
She could be like hating on her. There's so many complexes in psychological cases of women that try to live through their daughter or their son, or vice versa with the dad with their son, and it turns out that they just hate their kids. It's really pathetic.
So if you're not familiar with the show, here's how it works. In each episode, MTV sends a personal trainer to help teens struggling with their weight during the summer between high school and college to help them lose weight and live their dreams of starting this new chapter of their lives fresh. It's basically like The Biggest Loser, but for teens. What could go wrong with that concept? And as you'll see, this show has at least one very major flaw.
That girl has to lose 1 pound a day. It has to be done this way. There's no
1 pound a day is kinda nuts.
way around
That's
it.
a
But
lot.
first, a message from today's sponsor.
How much
This
is a
video is
pound?
sponsored
Hold
by
on.
Opera.
1
The Opera
pound
browser
to
is a fast and distraction-free internet browser
Half a kilogram a day. That's a lot.
packed full of useful features. Opera's actually been around since 1995, and they've continued to innovate.
You literally can't eat, and then you're basically like working out the whole time. That's a lot.
With a completely redesigned look and feel, Opera delivers one of the smoothest browsing experiences to date. There are a ton of features built in for everything you do online. I really like the way that Opera has integrated popular messengers like WhatsApp, Telegram, and Instagram to be accessible right there in the sidebar. It's cool to be able to click into your chats without losing your current tab. One of my favorite features is workspaces. Workspaces make it super easy to switch between different sessions, so you can quickly switch from one project to another, or from work mode to chill mode. Or if there's someone
Chill
looking over your
mode?
shoulder and you quickly
I'm in
need to
chill
swap.
mode right now. I'm
On top of
chilling.
that, Opera also has this intuitive tab navigation they call tab islands. Maybe you can relate. When I'm researching, I often have 10, 15, 20 tabs open, and it eventually looks like this. With tab islands, you can quickly collapse and expand different groups as you need them, giving you more space and a more focused browsing experience. And most importantly, allowing you to hoard all those tabs that you will definitely check later. Aria, Opera's native browser AI, is a web-connected generative AI service that is easily accessible in the sidebar. I find AI is a great way to bounce ideas around while I'm researching, and it's just one click away in Opera. Oh yeah, and
I would
did
say it's
mention
better
that
than
Opera
Google
comes
at
with
this
a
point.
free
Google
VPN,
AI is
ad
so
blocker,
bad.
and more? Basically, everything you might need in your browser, Opera has got you covered. Use my link below to download Opera today.
Everything's
Thank you to Opera
AI
for
now.
sponsoring today's video.
Aw, bro.
Anyway, back to Tara. Tara's ready
bruh.
to change, okay? She's willing to change. She's determined to achieve her goals. There's only one problem.
At that age,
Her
too.
mom. From the very first moment that we meet Tara's mom, Janie, let's just say there are some clues that she might be an issue during Tara's weight loss journey.
We don't want dinner right just yet.
Oh my god, we're having ice cream first before dinner.
We're gonna eat ice cream first. Oh, Tara, that can be yours. That big old scoop.
And
Oh my god, she's sabotaging her.
maybe, just maybe, the mom is even implicated in Tara becoming so overweight in the first place.
Absolutely, ice cream before dinner. Dessert is always after? Yeah, that's what my parents did. You get one little scoop of ice cream after dinner, like every once in a while, dude.
I eat like this because my mom does. I'm so close to my mom. Like, whenever she eats, I eat. And the same thing with my
That's
sister.
sad, man. It's honestly like a behavioral thing. Yeah, you want comfort.
We're really
It's not even their fault. They're children.
close to our mom.
So MTV sent
like,
a
what,
personal
18,
trainer to Tara's
17?
home
They're
to help her
living with
lose as
them?
much weight as possible in just one summer.
I can really help her to get on that straight and narrow before she goes off to college.
And when Tara's new trainer, Jimmy, arrives and meets Tara and her family for the first time,
You know, it's a lifestyle change that we're looking to do.
all goes well until Jimmy mentions casually to Tara's family that Tara is going to need their support this summer to succeed at making such a drastic lifestyle change and sticking to her goals.
It's going to be a matter of you guys being on board with it as well.
To that, her dad doesn't seem to have any objections.
Oh no, no strong father figure. He doesn't care. That's so sad.
But Tara's mom is pretty opinionated about the whole process and makes it known that this whole thing is a little bit inconvenient for her right now.
What's stopping you from being ready?
What? Your child's health is inconvenient? Oh my god.
I don't know how it's gonna affect me.
It shouldn't affect you. You should be a supportive mom and love your daughter, huh?
Call me old-fashioned, but sometimes people just, do things for other people or whatever.
Yeah.
It's funny because you know that there are moms that will literally sacrifice themselves for their children, but then this mom's like,
It would be easier for me, I think, to cut off my finger than to die.
And the dad's just sitting there. That's insane.
I have to lose weight and keep it off.
Mom!
What? Mom!
I'm serious.
so as we'll soon learn, Tara's mom,
What?
Janie, tried for most of her life to lose weight, but gave up on it years ago and has decided that she's never going to try again. So
I told you, man. I think she's just mad that her daughter wants to try.
when the MTV crew shows up to her house, not only is she a little resistant to the idea, but she's a little angry about the whole thing. And she's not afraid to let everyone
Daddy doesn't
know
like
it.
that.
And this is just generally the mom's overall vibe.
I'm going to get 3 Japanese symbols tattooed on my back to remind me of what I've been through.
Okay.
I mean,
Which has to be
Dude, my parents, I've never had a tattoo before, but let's just say, if I got some clothes that my parents didn't like, which has happened because I was a teenager, right? My parents are rather strict, Slav people, and even my mom and dad wouldn't do that to my face, to put it in perspective. They would not fucking do that. They might say it sucks behind my back, when they're alone or something, but doing it right in front of me, that's wild.
incredibly difficult for Tara.
Yeah, it sucks. Who does that?
She's a very sweet, soft-spoken girl who's been bullied most of her life due to her weight.
One thing they always
That's so
turn back to was brown cow
sad.
because I'm biracial and I'm bigger.
And she just wants to feel better and
sucks,
make a
dude.
change.
I want to love dance again the way I did when I was thinner.
And oh yeah, on top of that,
Aww.
Tara's issues with food stem directly from her mother's issues with food.
I have always used food for emotional reasons. and I have passed that on to 2 other people.
So Janie acknowledges
She's so proud. She sounds like she's proud of herself for that.
that her daughter's issues with
my
overeating are
God,
closely
man.
intertwined with her own. And you'd think this acknowledgement might prompt her to consider taking some responsibility, or at least be like helpful or considerate or anything like that to Tara during this few months that you're all being filmed for MTV. But no, she absolutely does not do any of that.
We've got a lot of cheeses in here.
Trainer Jamie starts
Oh,
looking through the
Lord,
family's
man.
fridge and cupboards and asks them to throw out all their junk food to help Tara stay on track.
That's the
They're just gonna buy it back. Yeah.
good stuff. Come on.
Good stuff. What the frick?
Cakes, cookies, nut bars, and sweet buns. This is the good stuff.
No.
Define good for me.
I like the taste.
Okay, that's valid. At least she didn't say it's good for me. She just says, I like the taste. She's honest.
Yeah.
Wait, check and take the cheese, yeah.
So first the mom's just making these like innocent but difficult jokes. But then she asks the dad if Jimmy going through their cupboards is bothering him.
Is this bothering you, Wilson? No.
Oh no, it's not bothering me. Not yet.
Bothering him?
yet.
Like, what are you trying to do here? Then the family doesn't
She's trying to put it on him because he's the man, but ultimately she's the matriarch.
end up actually throwing out the junk food. They just put it in a bag in the garage. Which, like, okay.
Okay, I mean, I could excuse that and say, like, oh, well, they could go to a food bank. I've done that before. I had some cans of, I think tomato soup and stuff that I just didn't eat, and I didn't want to eat it anymore because I ate so much tomato soup because it was really broke, and the tomato cans cost like $1 or something. I just kept in there, and they weren't expired, so I went to the food bank, so... I don't know. I doubt they did that. No, yeah, absolutely. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, but I kind of doubt it.
I get it. You just bought all that food. You don't want to throw it out. It's not your weight loss journey. Like, fine. But, like, you could literally hide it in your bedroom or something. Like, you've got options here if you wanted to be just, like, a little bit considerate without changing your lifestyle at all. But it's a pretty early indicator that they don't have the slightest intentions of being supportive. When their daughter got this, like, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to change her life on MTV, like, this is probably a dream for her. Like, I remember watching the show when I was around her age, and it was a dream for me. And if you were a fat kid or a fat teenager, you may have had the same, like, fantasy of going away one summer and then coming back just like completely transformed for the new school year. I feel like
that's really hard over the summer. How long is summertime? Like 3-4 months? If I don't know, 3 months, 100 kilograms. Yeah, that'd be like a kilogram a day almost. 3 months? Yeah, 90 days. So let's assume you want to lose 100 kilograms. That's basically almost like a kilogram a day. Or more than a kilogram.
that has to be a recurring fantasy, and is probably why this show exists exactly the way that it does, because I think this is a common thing. It's just insane to me for the mother to acknowledge that she is the problem.
I have always used food for emotional reasons.
Oh, man,
and I have passed that on to 2 other people.
And then be this resistant to even faking that she gives a shit for the sake of her kid. But unfortunately, people are like this, and maybe some of you have experienced people like this in your own life or on your own journeys. If you ever succeed at or even try to change something major about your life, you might have to deal with people like this. People that you love who suddenly start making mean comments or backhanded compliments or icing you out or even full-on sabotaging you. Although
I saw that with the tattoo comment. Even if it's ugly, you should never say that to your child. It's sad.
I don't really get the vibe that this is unique or sudden behavior from Janie. But the thing is,
it's so ugly. You are such an ugly person.
This type of behavior is just so common. It's so hard to deal with too, because you're expecting these people to be your support system, to cheer you on, to be there for you. But unfortunately, that is not always the way it goes down. Before the trainer leaves, he tries one last time to get the mom on board by amping her up and saying, "Mom, you're the role model, you're the leader.
You are such a role model and a leader and an example setter for them."
I don't care.
For everyone here, for the whole family, I'm it.
Did you miss the memo, lady? Yeah, you're the leader. You've been the leader for 18 years. You're the mom. Now, it's clear that Janie has her own complicated emotions around food in her body due to her history.
I have to try to change with her And that is not something I have been able to do.
And it probably feels like a
Yeah, well, honestly, I can kind of get it. She didn't want to change for herself 18 years ago when she was trying to lose weight, and now they expect her to do it because of their kid that they don't even love. Like, yeah. Yeah, I can understand her reaction.
huge ask to get her to try on something that she's already given up on, which is like fair. She didn't sign up for the show herself. So the first time that I watched this episode, I reserved my judgment toward the mom during these first few scenes. I figured she was like hamming it up, or maybe they asked her to be like this. Like, why would anyone intentionally make themselves look terrible on TV? I feel like most people are smart enough to make themselves look.
Not a lot of this girl has a lot of faith in humanity. I ain't gonna hold you.
Like half decent in these type of scenarios. There's a couple clips of Tara where you can really tell that she's like hamming it up, or like she's recording something just for the camera. So I figured, okay, maybe that's what the mom's doing. But as we'll see, that is not exactly what's happening here. With or without the support of her mom, it's time for Tara's journey to begin.
You've got a good work ethic, obviously, or else she wouldn't have accomplished all of those amazing feats. It tells me how disciplined you are and how disciplined you can be.
So she steps on the scale for her first weigh-in and sets her weight loss goal for the summer.
236.6.
God damn.
That's our start. We need to set a goal here.
18, chat. That's big.
What are you thinking?
140.
140?
140?
It's a little over a pound a day. It's a ton.
No, 140 in 3 months? That's a lot, man. I would be, if I were her, I'd be fucking happy with like 120. I mean, sorry, 180 or 200. Good lord, man, that's a lot. You're starving yourself the whole time.
All order.
Yeah.
You can do it, though.
Okay, so here we go. The problems begin. Yeah, you can technically lose a pound a day if your name is David Goggins, but should you?
And to make a long story short, I had to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months. That's
what she was setting herself at, man.
where it became challenging for me.
There are very, very, very few situations where that is an appropriate weight loss goal, and most of them involve Dr. Now. Like, Tara's a teenager who, chose a weight loss goal out of the top of her head over, like, what's her ideal body weight.
They shouldn't have advised her that. They should have been like, oh, maybe 200 is more realistic.
And her personal trainer, who is a fitness professional, is like, yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
We're just gonna go with that. To be fair, though, I'm pretty sure that's like the trope of the show. So if he wanted to be the trainer on the show, then he would have had to agree with that.
Tara has set a very lofty goal to lose 100 pounds. I'm going to push her as hard as I can to see her reach that goal.
This is why I've said this show is problematic. Like, Tara's goal is to lose 100 pounds in 90 days. So
The thing about losing weight is you got there accidentally by not paying attention. If you can focus and be disciplined, you will lose weight faster than you put it on. Put 1 to 2 pounds a week is ideal and sustainable. This is a day. He said a day, not 1 to 2 weeks. Not 1 to 2 pounds a week, a day. It's insane. That's 7 pounds a week on average. That's crazy. You should not advise that, especially for a child. Well, she's not technically a child, but she just turned 18. I would still classify her as like, technically an adult, but just kind of, living with your parents and going to college kind of thing.
over 1 pound every single day. That's just so
Legally an
extreme and
adult.
so unhealthy, and just sets her up for failure. This show would be so sweet and motivational if it wasn't for the fact that in every single episode they try to make these teens lose an insane amount of weight in a very, very short period of time. And the show is only 10 years old. It really is crazy how much fitness information has progressed in such a short period of time. This show was actually produced by J.D. Roth, the same guy who produced The Biggest Loser, and it suffers from
Biggest Loser was so bad. I heard so much drama and stuff and people getting sued.
many of the same flaws. One of the
Like,
biggest
long
being
time
that it's a
ago.
weight loss show that never talks about what the diet is or what these kids are eating or the meal plan that they've been put on. And there are very few clips of them like preparing food or dealing with food. Like, it's not a big element of the show whatsoever. And all the clips are essentially just the teens working out for hours and hours and hours every single day.
And I think that also another really big factor of this is that not only is she not an adult, she's not living in her own place. She's not in the space of like, so what happens if you're eating with a family and these are very overweight people? They start to isolate the one that's eating differently, and with how toxic the mom is, and I don't know about the sister, but let's assume the sister is like also playing into the whole toxicity thing, maybe not as much as the mom, they're going to isolate her and treat her differently, which is also like a mental battle. If you're already trying to lose weight, it's hard for you because you're resisting the temptation. Your stomach's a lot larger when you start like being really, really overweight at like 240, like she is, for example. She would want to eat more, and so it's harder to resist that temptation of wanting to eat more because you're fat, you have a bigger stomach, and you're used to it.
Making it seem like to the public, I know that this is what I thought when I was younger, that weight loss equals mostly excessive exercise.
That girl has to lose 1 pound a day. It's a tall order, it's not impossible. The trick is we just need to keep burning calories. Remember what you need to show, 3,500 calories a day deficit.
Oh my God, man.
To make this thing happen.
Poor girl.
It has to be done this way. There's no way around it.
Again, this wouldn't be so bad if they give her more time or a realistic goal. 3,500 calories deficit is crazy.
There's no other way to do this. Yeah, except for every other way.
You're literally marathon running the whole time. Hold on, let me actually look it up. How many calories do you burn in a marathon? 2,000 to 3,000? She's burning more than a fucking marathon runner. That's insane, and marathon runners don't marathon run every day. That's crazy.
That isn't this way. Like, this was so normal.
She could be overworking her heart too, risky. Really yeah, and also, what if she has heart problems that she doesn't even know about? Dude, these people are crazy. This guy shouldn't be a fitness streamer. He's actually endangering this person. I have nothing wrong with, like, the incentive of wanting to lose weight. Like, good for her. I totally think that's awesome. But this is so crazy and unrealistic.
It did a number to our collective consciousness because everyone at home was learning that weight loss equals insane exercise and salads that look like this.
Yeah. And marathon runners eat in a specific way to in order to be able to lose 3,500 calories and not pass the fuck out. And they need the nutrition. Like eating a salad and then burning 3,500 calories in one singular day. It's like, goodness.
Anyway, as Tara's journey begins, she has a little success right out of the gate.
Damn.
That's really good.
That's crazy.
I'm excited. Yay.
I hope she doesn't give up, man.
Have more weight off. I weigh 232.
All right.
Aren't you proud of me?
I am.
She's sitting in bed, scrolling on her phone. This is before phone scrolling was a thing, I think. She's like, yeah, I'm proud of you. Aww, poor
But week
girl.
after week, Jimmy notices that for some reason, Tara is consistently unable to meet her goals.
I feel like quitting just because I'm not losing it the way I want to be losing it. And
yeah, and that's demotivating to her. She doesn't understand that she's doing really, really good, but she's not hitting the goal, which is ridiculous.
It'd be easier for me to just quit.
And after about 6 weeks of diet and an intense exercise regime, Tara's lost only about 10 pounds in total. Now, losing 10 pounds in 6 weeks is great.
Yeah!
Normally. And it's a heck of a lot healthier than losing what would have been 42 pounds if she had lost a pound every single day. But Tara's supposedly on a strict diet and working out 5 hours every single day.
5 hours a day every day? Bro, that's insane.
With the personal trainer. So with that amount of exercise, she's got to be pretty off track to only be putting up less than a pound a week.
She's not on goal. I don't know what's going on, but there's something emotionally holding her back, and it needs to be addressed for her, I think, to start to see those pounds come off. I know that Tara's home environment is adding to this
5
challenge.
hours
Wow,
a day.
I wonder what could be possibly...
Dude, 5 hours a day. I'm pretty sure professional freaking... That's how much they should be doing, like... for professional sports people, like, with rest and recovery periods. And she's doing this for, like, I want to be skinny in college.
going on in Tara's home environment to be holding her
Every
back.
day.
It's getting really tough because even though the food was taken out, it was now been brought back in, and there's so many things in my cupboards, and they're tempting me
Oh no, not the syrup, not the cookies, not the cereal.
to eat them.
You know, if
The
you want me to talk to him about that,
Doritos!
I'll do that.
So Jimmy decides to pay her parents a visit to get more information about what could be going on at home and finds them cooking a meal outside.
Hey, guys.
Oh my god, are those pork skins? No
So
way.
Jimmy decides to pay
No
her parents a
fucking
visit to
way.
get more information about
Let
what
me
could
see
be going
that.
on at home
Zoom
and
in
finds
and
them cooking a meal.
Those are pork skins. Holy shit. Oh, chicharrones, yeah, pork rinds.
outside.
Oh, so good. Tasty.
Hey, guys. What's happening?
The cook, who's throwing all that melted butter on the shrimp.
On your shrimp too, Tara?
Yeah.
Why is she laughing?
Lady, you're aware that you're on TV, right? You might want to dial back the evil stepmom vibes just a shred. And it's at this point that we learn that not only has Janie been unsupportive to Tara in the last few weeks, but seems to have been going out of her way to make the process more difficult.
Look at this. My sister eating chips while I'm supposed to be on this diet.
Oh,
And they are so good.
For example,
she's tempting her and recording her.
Tara's mom and dad throw a party for Tara to celebrate her graduating high school,
The whole day is all about you.
but then they decide that they're
And then they get fried chicken. What was that over here? Meatballs, mac and cheese, ribs slathered in barbecue sauce.
And they are so good.
For example,
Again, it's fine for a party for one day, but damn, the chip shit.
Tara's mom and dad throw a party for Tara to celebrate her graduating high school,
The whole
Oh
day is all
my.
about you.
but then they decide that they're going to make all of Tara's favorite
Fried
foods and
chicken.
have 2 different cakes, and that Tara needs to decide how she's going to handle the situation.
The decision you have to make is which all about you do you want it to be about?
My mom asked me, like, do you want this day to be about the old you or the new you?
A little taste here, a little taste there. And then, you know, run it off the next day.
Exactly.
This dad's kind of a sleaze bag. There's no way, man.
So Tara ends up sticking to her plans and eating a little meal prep salad that it looks like she made herself in advance.
Aww.
But like, you guys couldn't have just thrown a piece of chicken on the grill for the girl that wanted to stick to her own goals at her own party. Like,
You
this
can also slather like the lean chicken and sauce and make it nice and tasty. It doesn't have to be bland.
was a party for her.
Fuck.
The whole day is all about
Poor
you.
If it was anyone
girl.
else's party, then fine. But it was a party for her. But unfortunately, this is life, right? Sometimes the people that you expect to be in your corner cheering you on are the ones making your life as difficult as possible, possibly intentionally. And it sucks and it hurts and it can make you question your ability to change or what you're doing or why you're even trying in the first place. But the fact of the matter is, the sooner we all realize we cannot change other people and we can only change ourselves, we'll all be 10 times better off. Because in reality, that's where your
Based.
power is. That's really all you've got. Once you start taking responsibility for every single situation in your life, whether or not it's fair or your fault, you're more empowered to do whatever you need to do to succeed. Because quite literally, the only thing you can do in this situation, if you're really determined to achieve whatever it is you're trying to achieve, is dig your heels in the ground and use their actions to inspire your determination. I don't think this situation
Very
happens like all
true.
the time, but it
Good
happens
monologue.
enough. I checked on Reddit. When you try and make any sort of behavioral change that results in a drastic difference in your lifestyle, for whatever reason, there may be people that are threatened by this, even to the point of full-on sabotage.
Especially ones that live with you and don't want to live your lifestyle. It's hard.
In Tara's case, it seems like her family is tempting her to make bad choices and then throwing it back in her face. Like, let's go back to the moment where the trainer tried to visit the family to inquire why Tara might be struggling with her weight loss goals. He asked the family what their thoughts are about Tara struggling to stay on track, and this is what the mom had to say.
My thoughts are not good. I changed my whole house, my whole life. I don't have a car for 5 hours a day. And I'm sitting here watching the
What the fuck? You don't need a car! You're not going
child.
You clearly
that
don't.
Is doing next door to nothing with her weight loss, and I can't.
Next to nothing? She lost like what, 20 or 40 pounds? Like I can't remember what the number was. Nothing, by the way.
Can't wait for the summer to be over.
You are such a
audacity
sow.
to put down her daughter for not losing weight
Was
while
10?
cackling about caking butter on her
But
shrimp.
still.
Who's throwing all that melted butter on the shrimp?
Melted butter.
This is the moment that I knew that the mom's attitude wasn't faked or even exaggerated. The uncomfortable
That's
look on Tara's
foul,
face,
man.
the vindictive look on the mom's face, and everyone else standing around feeling uncomfortable AF all make it quite clear that nope, that's exactly how she actually is. Is it possible that Janie is sabotaging her daughter from succeeding at something that she's personally failed at?
I think high school for Tara was basically like high school was for me. Everyone said I was fat. I didn't have
So then you'd want to have it better for her. Like,
very many friends. I didn't do very many things.
It's extremely
This
possible.
woman
The fact of the
is
matter is
driving me
weight and
insane.
food is an extremely touchy subject for a lot of people. And even though we're talking about a mother and a daughter, Janie may genuinely want Tara to fail in order to feel better about herself and her own inability to change. And I know that sounds like overtly evil and very intentionally cruel when people act like this, and this might be a hot take, but I do think this type of mean sabotage behavior is at least partly subconscious behavior, and that doesn't excuse it at all, but it can be really helpful if you're going through it to understand that this type of unsupported
I've heard this many times from my parents, like during very serious moments. You want it better for your kids. That's why my parents pushed me in school, because they lived in like, you know, poverty and all that like a long time ago, and then moved to countries that were a lot better off, and that's why they did that. And like I don't think it excuses it. I don't think like the whole subconscious thing excuses it or justifies it at all. It's disgusting. The fact that she's not even like out loud saying like I want my kids to do better after reflecting on the fact that her kid is fat and you know I didn't have any friends. Well, you know, like that's the same thing for my kid, but whatever. Yo, Big, stick with tier 3 for 28 months, man. Thank you. Yeah. Push hard for yourself, push harder for your kids, basically. Yeah, and she's just not doing even the bare minimum.
person is behaving this way because of who they are and not because of who you are. And this type of behavior actually reflects their capacity to deal with their own negative feelings and doesn't actually have much to do with you.
She's just like really frustrated with this whole process, and she wishes that I wasn't even here in the first place.
Yeah.
A few weeks go by and Tara is still struggling to lose much weight, so Jimmy decides to cut her mom out of the picture and try to ask her dad and sister for their support.
Oh my god.
I need you as part of my
You would literally have to move the mom out because she's so crazy.
team to help support Tara in this effort. Without it, Tara's not going to go to school with the tools that she needs to be able to carry on a healthy lifestyle into college. Jerry, send her off right, man. You've poured 18 years into this kid, man. Finances, love. You can turn this around right now.
Come on, do something, Dad. Girl's fine.
Okay.
Now, see, in this instance, even though it seemed futile going into it, a little bit of communication is really all it took to get the other two family members on Tara's team. But obviously, Jimmy knew better than to include the mom, who clearly wasn't ready to have a discussion. Without the mom in the picture, the dad and sister agree to help Tara out with her journey.
I'm glad you came out today.
What?
It's gonna be fun.
Me too.
I was thinking maybe burgers on the grill, turkey burgers.
What are we having with it?
I don't know. I think maybe we'll have a salad.
And from what it looks like and what
W dad and sister. Yeah.
Tara has to say, the dad really steps up, and it results in them like bonding together, and it actually helps Tara move forward faster with her goals.
My mom's not ready to change her whole lifestyle. There's still unhealthy food here, but it's making me stronger every day just to say no to that stuff.
With her dad's support on her
that's
side, Tara
cute.
starts to have more success. She's feeling really good about how everything is going, so she gets a tattoo to symbolize perseverance. And I'm telling you this because I have to show you the mom's reaction to her
We already saw it, but damn.
getting the tattoo. Okay, first off, her vibe walking into the kitchen.
What is this?
Oh, that's pretty colors.
Sucks. I mean, no.
Mom!
Mom!
Like, what?
Nurgle mom? I think Nurgles have more heart than this. I'm not even kidding.
So,
what a bitch.
So, no.
Even if you think that, don't fucking say that to your freaking kid.
This has been a lovely little time, but I gotta make my way out of here.
Jimmy's phase 2. And as the summer comes to an end, it's time for Tara's final weigh-in.
All right, ladies, moment of truth.
She looks way skinnier. Yay!
206.8 pounds.
Considering the sabotaging and shit, holy. Dude, the sabotaging and everything else in between, that's crazy.
That's 30 pounds.
So in 90 days, Tara lost 30 pounds, or about 10 pounds a month. Now, that's a perfectly healthy rate of weight loss, but unfortunately for her, she did work out 5 hours a day to achieve that.
True.
But it really shows you how unsupportive her home environment must have been. Regardless, Tara's very proud of herself, and the first thing she says is,
"This is so exciting. I just want to lose more. I think I can do it."
Yeah, if you're gonna, that's what you're gonna do.
It's literally painful.
Oh, what a miserable human being. Oh my god, I wonder where she is today. This was like, what, in 2014? I saw the little, like, class of 2014 picture. It's been 10 years. I wonder where this bitch is.
To watch this go down.
I'm going to. It's gonna be hard, but whatever.
Tara.
Tara,
Thank God Tara at least had Jimmy, who, despite his flaws,
3,500 calories a day deficit. It has to be done this way. There's no way around it.
was extremely supportive for Tara, really stood up for her, and clearly had a major impact on her change.
I know you feel alone in the journey, but I know you can do this, whether anybody decides to stand with you.
Do it, Tara!
You're a strong enough woman to reach your goals. Well, this is it, Tara.
You helped me through everything. This is like my dream, and I'm like really grateful that you came into my life when you did.
Take care of yourself, okay?
Okay.
So Tara heads off to college excited to try and lose more weight.
I thought everything was gonna be
God, I hope she went to college and like had her own dorm to get away from these people.
like really difficult, like being away from my mom and stuff. But I got here and like I made a lot of friends and it made it a lot easier.
Away from home and her mom, Tara goes on to lose another 20 pounds in her first
20 pounds?
few months of college.
Yo! Yes! I love that! That's awesome!
It's not really a diet anymore. It's like a lifestyle.
Yes!
I know I'm gonna continue this in my life. It's something that's programmed in my brain now. Like I can't even overeat.
I mean, I gained 30 pounds in my first few months of university, so I think that the fact that she lost any weight really...
Dude, I got tears in my eyes. What the fuck? Oh man, that makes me happy.
Speaks a lot to her mindset and
Is it the
determination.
context,
2
dude?
months
I
later,
can't
Tara
tell.
returns home for a party to show off her progress to her friends and family.
Dude!
It's like officially just letting everyone know like this weight loss is
And
not
she got a
going
little
anywhere.
haircut too.
You look
Cute.
amazing.
Thanks.
Surprisingly, the mom does end up having a redeeming moment, or at least shows that
Okay,
she somewhat
okay.
cares about her daughter.
Do you realize how proud I am of you? And how strong I think you are?
Aww.
And you really are beautiful. Thanks, Mom.
Oh, okay. W, Mom. At least she
And
said
I'm really
something nice.
proud of you.
At least she didn't say something bad, man.
Thanks.
I still stand by my comments though. Obviously, reality TV can and does edit things to make them way worse than they normally really are, but only to a certain degree, and there weren't very many cuts at key moments that kind of showed her true colors, I
She
think.
said
Which
something
reminds me of this
nice.
one last thing I have to show you guys.
That's a love bomb? You think so? Yeah, maybe she misses her. I don't know. I'd have to watch more, but I hope she doesn't think like, oh, my mom doesn't love me, because like that's like truly heartbreaking for a child.
Guys, look at the clip that they chose to end the show with. Here's the dad bowling, clearly about to hit the gutter. And it's a perfect touchdown. And if you haven't seen my first video
Gotta
on this
make it
TV
look
show
good.
about Marcy,
She said she can't breathe. Said she wouldn't be able to talk if she couldn't breathe.
the traitor actually threatened to send me a cease and desist. So you should definitely check that out. And if you're in the mood for something a little bit more serious, my last video on self-discipline is actually a life changer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Time's a wasting.
Cease and
Let's go. Get out of
desist
here.
on her for criticizing him. Yeah. Yeah, we live in a clown world. God, I hate YouTube so much. W, Tara! W, Kiana! Yeah, dude! That was so so good. I'm happy for her. I hope she got all that weight loss and she's nice and healthy and she can eat nice cake every once in a while and have barbecue and mac and cheese and then go for a run or something. That was awesome. The ending was so good. Makes me happy when it's not them just saying like, yeah, they relapsed. That always like breaks my heart. I'm like, oh, they fucking relapsed after all that work. See, I told you, it's the environment. Like, they could surround themselves with a bunch of college kids, and, yeah, there's a little bit of peer pressure. Like, let's be realistic. This is, like, what, 2014? I would assume so. Yeah, a little bit of peer pressure, a little bit of, like, I want to go and, like, fucking work out and run around with some friends and making friends that makes you, like, motivated.
Yeah.